Hi, I'm Josiah.
And I'm Colin.
And this is Worth Watching. Alright, so the operatives in this mission were codenamed Spartan, and they deserved it, because King Leonidas had 300 guys going into battle. These guys only had 4.
Alright, welcome back to another week of Worth Watching. Today we'll be reviewing Lone Survivor starring Mark Wahlberg.
Alright, so the plot of this movie is pretty simple. You have 4 Navy SEALs sent into a covert operation to capture and kill a Taliban leader. However, unfortunately, halfway through the mission, they are all stationed outside the village where they know the Taliban leader is, and a herd of goats comes by them. And they realize that there are these 3 goat herds tending to the goats, and the goat herds see them, and now there's a predicament because they have to decide whether or not they're going to let them go, and if they do, they know they're going to run back down and alert the village, which is going to make them probably get killed. Either that or they kill the innocent goat herds, and therefore the village doesn't find out, but they've just committed a war crime. So they end up letting them go, and what ensues is the catastrophe that happens because of that.
Wow. This movie was amazing.
It was really good.
The trailer did not do this movie a justice at all.
No, I mean, when I saw the trailer, I was like, all right, this looks like a, filler war movie that's going to be. But this is one of the top 5 best war movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's got to be my favorite one. Not my favorite one. The best one I've seen since We Were Soldiers, I would say.
Yeah,
I
think it's the best war film I've seen since Band of Brothers, probably, even though that's technically a miniseries. But it was really well done.
Just everything was so good. The cinematography was
phenomenal.
Awesome.
You felt like you were right there with them the entire time.
Yeah.
You literally, and when you didn't feel like that, you felt like you were watching an actual documentary footage from like a GoPro camera that they were wearing on their helmets. Like you felt right in there.
That was
with them.
amazing. And just the sound effects in this movie were amazing too. Everything was spot on.
Yeah, I mean with the gunshots, they were really punchy. They cut right through there and felt really close and big. And you've got a scene where one of the characters is dying and he's got fluid in his lungs, and you can just the main thing you can hear is just him breathing. So
just the lungs filling up with blood, and you're just like, that's tough to watch.
Just really hard to listen to. You can close your eyes, but you can't get rid of that sound.
Sure.
And this whole story is really impressive. I mean, it is based on a true story. It's essentially a modern-day 300. You had 4 Navy SEALs going into what they thought was this small operation where they're going to be up against maybe 10 guys. There were probably 150 guys in this village they're going up against. And the fact that even one of them made it out alive is really impressive. It's just a testament to the amount of just toughness and dedication these guys had.
Not only was this just an amazing true story to begin with, but just the movie itself was just really gritty and exciting and very, just like you really got engaged into this whole movie. Super entertaining. And the pacing, I think, was perfect.
Absolutely. It did not feel like a 2-hour movie at all.
No. And
it hardly felt like an hour.
It was really neat because the opening credits and scenes were just actual live footage of Navy SEALs in training.
Right. And that was impressive.
I think they call it Hell Week, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm
pretty sure
right.
they call it Hell Week.
It was impressive to see.
It was.
And the acting in the movie is phenomenal across the board. I mean, Mark Wahlberg went from being, Marky Mark, the Calvin Klein underwear model, to now he's in a movie that could possibly win a couple Oscars and should probably get nominated for at least a few of them. I mean, he's really good in this movie. Eric Bana is really great. The other 3 Navy SEALs are all good. It's just good acting across the board.
I only have one complaint through this whole movie, and it's this one scene where they're engaging in the Taliban and they have to get away. So they all decide that they're up against a cliff and they're backed up into a corner, nowhere else to go. They have to jump. So they all jumped together and it kind of went slow motion and felt
there's a huge explosion behind them.
Yeah. It felt a little 90s action cliche.
I almost laughed when that happened.
Yeah. And one thing I really kind of thought was a little is when they went overboard when they were falling down the hill. Yeah. There's nobody on this earth that could actually withstand that kind of
They were falling for like 45 seconds.
Yes. Every bone in your body would be broken after that.
Yeah, it felt a little overdone.
A little far-fetched for me, but other than that, no, the movie was awesome.
I was thinking exactly the same thing in the theater while watching, and other than that, the movie was flat out perfect.
It really
I had no other complaints with it. So on a scale of A through F, what would you rate this movie?
I'm going to give it an A. It was just super entertaining to watch. I really liked watching it, and just all around was a great true story movie.
Yeah, I would have to give it an A as well. Very high A. Great movie all around. There are parts when it almost feels sort of like a Root-a-Toot-Toot America kind of film.
Yeah.
But there are other parts when it really feels like it's a little more balanced and stuff. And the movie is just done so well.
Sure.
It's so gripping and just a great movie to watch. And, it is based on a true story. So well done.
I highly recommend it. Go see it.
Yeah, go
Definitely
go
worth
see
the,
it.
definitely
right
worth
now.
the movie.
There's nothing else to watch in January. Just see this instead.
Yeah, totally worth the money. All right, thanks for watching another episode of Worth Watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment below on what you thought and subscribe.
See you later.
Bye.